the show. Thank you for showing up. I'm getting some feedback. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me out there? Can you hear me? Don't tell me they messed me up again. Can you hear me? Is it good? I think we're good. I hear my feedback. So I'm gonna just keep going. How you guys doing? Can't hear you. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Can you hear me now? Are you getting me now? Wow. Can you hear me now? What about now? Can you hear me now? No, yeah. Oh man, what is happening? What? Okay, so this is it's good, good, good. And I'm back. Can you guys hear me now? I see it. It's working now. Had to do another update. That's crazy. That's two in like a week. But anyway, we're here. So before we get into the show, make sure you share this on Facebook, share it on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it wherever you are watching this. Share it, share it, share it. Um, Start a watch party if you can. If you can't, that's fine. But share it and hit the thumbs up. So let's get ready to jump into the show. Welcome back to the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. How are you guys doing tonight? We are here on another Wednesday. It's feeling good. We're getting close to Thanksgiving. We were sitting on the couch during dinner thinking about Thanksgiving, already planning for Thanksgiving. This year has flown, guys. This year has flown. Oh my. Next month, next week. Is it next week? Next week. Next week is November. This year has flown. Before we get into the show, as you see there, the topic is episode 28, approval. Episode 28, approval. But before we get into that, I want to give a special shout out to Jay Finning in the Hard Parking Podcast. I did an episode with him, a little segment. So if you guys have any spare time, go check out his podcast, the Hard Parking Podcast. It's shed some more light on who I am, and we didn't dive very deep into things, but I opened the door a little bit, and we had a good conversation. So if you have some time, go check that show out, check that episode out, the Hard Parking Podcast. It's the most recent episode. Go check that episode out. Also, keep them in your thoughts, your prayers. The family's going through some things right now, so keep his family in your thoughts and your prayers. So I see you, Tori. You said we're doing a Thanksgiving Zoom. I'm doing something on that Wednesday, right? Yeah, that'll be fun because we're gonna be cooking and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So that's gonna be very fun. I'm excited, y'all. This has been a very good week. Every week that you wake up and you're able to breathe and be healthy is a good week. But I'm extremely excited because we was able to get all our orders out on time, ahead of schedule. Um, I was able to deliver one order. Um, they was excited about it. They liked the Oath edition, the shirt, the pre-orders that went very well. And again, thank you guys for ordering your shirts. Thank you guys that have ordered things before. Thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. It gives me something to do. Uh, Again, I greatly appreciate it. I don't even know how to really explain how excited and how grateful I am for you guys, you know, coming and watching and supporting what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, um, let's get into the show. Episode 28. Hey, Sally West, it's been a while. Episode 28, approval. Hold on, I hear my dog Taz doing a lot of clanking. I'm gonna have to hold him. Um, Approval. I wrote down 3 points. When I was thinking about this topic today, yesterday too, there's so many levels that I can go with this approval. When I'm talking about approval, I'm talking about how we either seek approval from others. Um, we let that be all it can be. Approval from others, whether it's trying to fit in, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's just trying to be liked by people who don't even deserve our time or energy. Approval. So many layers to it. But I decided to go to with three topics or three little key points on it. I had some hard times with approval, seeking approval. And the crazy thing is, I didn't think I was that person. I didn't think that I was, looking for approval from other people. Back then I didn't really, I thought I didn't really like people, so I didn't need someone else's approval or anything. But meanwhile, subconsciously, I was seeking approval from whoever I came in contact with, whether it was a relationship or um, not so much, peers, but mainly relationships and um, the look at me. Do I have your approval now? Is this good enough? Did I do something worthy, noteworthy? Did I do something that would garner your respect? Do I have your respect? Do I have your approval of where I'm at now? That type of stuff. That's what I was shooting for. Um, so let's jump into it. Fitting in or trying to be accepted. I tell my son this all the time. He always talking about what other kids are saying or um, he's trying to prove something to them. And I tell, as soon as I hear that word, prove something to them, I was like, for what? Why do you have to prove anything to them? Do what you know is right and continue on. We get into this kind of race where we trying to gain acceptance from others who, one, don't even accept themselves. And I say that because I didn't accept myself. I was trying to get approval from other people and I didn't even approve of my own self. Let me say that again. I was trying to get approval from other people and I didn't even approve of myself. So I was already broken. And I was hoping that, getting their approval would make me whole. It didn't work. If anything, when I didn't get the approval, it made me madder. It broke me even more. It made me toxic. It didn't work. So every time I hear him say, I'm trying to prove myself to them, And even he say, I'm trying to prove myself to you. I said, no, no, no. I don't need you to do that. I just need you to do what I'm asking you to do. Don't, live your life trying to prove something to someone, because you're just going to end up bitter. You're going to end up angry. You're going, I was never good. You never liked me. That is a horrible way to live. I'm telling you, it is a horrible way to live. To every day you trying to prove something to someone, or get their approval on something. And first, they probably not even paying attention. They don't even care. They're in their own little world, and you're just getting angrier by every, you know, deny. Just every time they didn't even pay attention, it was just angry, 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 angry. You're just building that angry wall, and it's just like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Trying to fit in or being accepted, I always tell them, just be you. Be you. Do the right thing, and the right people will accept you and will like being around you. Anytime you have to force yourself, or force yourself upon someone else, that's a no-go. That's horrible. You're not going to like yourself. You're not going to like yourself. And I have these conversations with him because, again, I don't want him going down that same road. And with kids today, they're already isolated, and they're not. Right now, he's homeschooled, so um, it's just us. It's just me and him. His mom go to work. It's just me and him. He plays the game, and he plays the game with the kids online or whatever. But they're not getting that interaction with other people. So I have to keep reminding him, keep molding him, and saying, "Hey, you don't have to, bend and break who you are to fit in to what they want. Just be you. If they're gonna like you, they're gonna like you. If they not, so be it. So be it. As long as you know you've done what you're supposed to do, and that's enough. Doing the right thing is enough. Don't try to fit into a mold that's not meant for you. Don't try to fit into that. I spent a lot of time trying to, make myself fit into what I thought that I should have been. And that wasn't my mold. That wasn't what God had set out for me. And I kept trying to squeeze in, like, I gotta, this feels right. I gotta be. It wasn't for me. I was trying to fit in something that wasn't for me. Don't do it. Fitting in. We don't need to fit in. Be you. Be you. Accept yourself. That's the first one. Like, accept yourself. Looking for someone else to accept you, that's not going to heal whatever's already, damaged or torn. You got to first accept yourself. And I had that conversation so many times with myself before. I never, subconsciously, I never had that conversation. I had to be comfortable with myself. I had to like myself. And I'm still, I'm working through that. I talked to my counselor, and she asked me a serious question. She said, "Do you like Brian?" And I was paused. I thought about it. I said, "No, I didn't like Brian. Oh, I don't like Brian." And then we went into this whole thing, but that's a whole nother episode for a whole nother day. But yeah, we got to accept ourselves. Seeking approval from other people is not going to make you feel accepted, especially when you don't love yourself. So love yourself. Approve of what you are doing, and you won't even need approval from anyone else. What I got here? I got seeking validation. Same thing. This past, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. 8 months I was seeking, validation. What I'm doing is, I'm doing the right thing, or um, doing the right thing. You're doing a good job. Keep going. Seeking validation from people. And when I didn't get it, it made me feel a certain way. Um, Matter of fact, on Facebook, I would, I would post all my episodes. I would post the things that I'm trying to do, post positive things and all that. And I would hear crickets. I would hear crickets on my posts. No, no, nothing. But as soon as I post anything about, something political, the the wall broke, the dam broke, everyone flooded the place. Just and that made me mad. That made me feel like, really, this is what you come in here to do, to talk about some nonsense. But I've been talking positive and doing all this other stuff, and I don't see not one like button, heart, nothing. So, I got mad and frustrated and I posted it. I said, you know what? This goes out to family, friends, whatever you want to call yourself. Don't come on my page talking nonsense when you don't say anything else at any other moment. And I did that because I wasn't getting the validation out of the work that I was putting in, out of the things that I thought that should have been recognized, that should have brought the comments, the likes, and all that. I wasn't getting it. So when they came for the negative stuff, it made me angry. And I had a conversation with my mom. She's like, well, don't put it up there. People are going to come for what they want to come from. And if you're seeking validation from man, you're doing it for the wrong reasons anyway. I was like, she's right. Rewind years before, she said the same thing. I came home from the military, 2014, and I was feeling low. I finally got an apartment. Was going through some stuff, and I was like, why nobody, Oh, Veterans Day came, right? It's like nobody sent me a Happy Veterans Day text, or um, no one said nothing, and that made me mad. I'm like, man, that ate me up. My mom was like, um, I think I told you guys this story before. My mom was like, if you joined the military to gain, praise and thank yous from, man, you did it for the wrong reason. And that's not the reason why I did it, but I was just feeling a certain way because I didn't feel validated on that day. I it was supposedly my day, or our day or whatever, and I was looking for something. I was already feeling like I was, not doing enough. I wasn't doing nothing. I just wanted something. But she was like, you can't be seeking validation from man. That's not gonna. I mean, what is that gonna last? 2-3 minutes? The end of the day, and then you back to where you at. Do it because, again, because you know it's right. Do it because this is what you want to do. Do it because you have a goal, you have a plan, and the plan does not embody, seeking praise from other human beings, seeking approval from other human beings. Do it because this is what you believe in. This is what you are standing on. That's all the validation you need. All the rest will come later. The rest of it will come later. The rest of the people that you thought you needed approval from, they'll show up later. At that time, it would just be like, oh, thank you. That would just be, a little pat on the back, good job. Because you've already put the work in. You don't need that to help you push you further. She's right. Seeking validation, approval. Oh, my bad. And the last one, lowering your standards for others, just so you can fit in or keep people around. Think about that. Just so you're not alone, or just so you can say you're a part of that crowd, or, you know, I know them, or whatever. I think we got a lot of that going on today, especially with the young people. We got a lot of that going on. If you look at Facebook, look at me, someone liked my post. Oh, what's the challenge? I mean, every day there's a challenge. Every day there's a challenge. I've never, and I can honestly say this, I've never taken part or taken part in any of those challenges. So I've never felt like I needed someone to view me and hit the like button on pictures or anything like that. Today we live in a society where people need to have that validation, that approval that I look good too, or look what I'm doing. I got money too. I was out doing this. Can I do that? Just it's a sad, sad society. People are doing anything for likes, approvals, to say they fit in or they belong. People are going in debt just so they are keeping up with the Joneses. That's a TV show that just popped in my head. Um, approval. Approval could be a very dangerous thing. When we're seeking approval, I'm gonna say on my part, when I was seeking approval, I was lowering my standards. It was making me angry. It was making me revengeful. Because if I was putting in so much work into something for someone else to recognize it and they didn't, it made me feel a type of way. So I was like, oh, so you don't appreciate it. So then I'm going to just go over here. Didn't matter what damages were going to be, brought from it or anything. I was mad that it didn't get approved from the person I thought it should have been approved from. Today, I'm more of I do what I believe is right. I do what I think is right, and then I go from there. If if my wife says, "Hey, I don't like this. Can you change this up or whatever, adapt or compromise?" Then I seek to meet those changes or whatever. And then if she approves of it, it's good. We're good. But no more am I seeking approval from just to be seeking approval. No more. I feel like it's a dangerous path when you are seeking approval from people that you shouldn't be seeking approval from, especially when you don't approve of yourself. Once you approve of yourself, you won't need approval from anyone else. Love yourself. Love yourself. Let's see what's in these chats. I hear the pops. Let's see what's going on in here. Tiffany says her and her 9-year-old stays together. They cooking. They cooking right now. Okay. Sally West says I can attest to that. Back in her 20s and 30s, or her 20s and her early 30s, as I got older and learned from life. Absolutely. Sally West says life will teach you a thing or two. You right about that. I mean, sometimes you have to hit them bumps in the road, fall a couple times before you wake up. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I had to fall, tumble, collapse, break a couple bones. I had to get some real bruises, scrapes, some deep cuts. I had to go through some stuff before I can do the transition have that I have now. I had to transition, and it wasn't a smooth ride. Like I said, I had to fall. I had to lose some cold, lonely nights. That dark cloud. That episode. If you have not listened to the episode, the dark cloud called Pride, go back and listen to that. Pride will will have you all by yourself in the dark, cold, in the dark and cold. But yeah, folks, yes, don't seek approval from others. If you have little ones that are, you know, constantly saying, I need to prove this to this person, or I need to, stop them. Stop them now. Don't let them get into that mindset that they gotta prove things to people, because they don't. They don't have to prove things to no one. All they have to do is do what is right, and if that's good enough, people will be around them. If not, that's better for them. They don't have to worry about the headaches, the long nights, the heartaches, and all of that. They don't have to worry about none of that. Teach them now. Save them now. Show them now, so they don't have to go through that. Proving yourself to people who don't even deserve to be in the same space as you. Don't do it. Don't do it. So that is the topic, or that was the topic for tonight. Approval, folks. Approval. I hope you guys approved of this message. Let's go ahead and jump into our sponsor segment. As you see, Real Life Defining Moments, sponsored by Warriors Collection. Do you have a Warriors Collection? Honor, loyalty, integrity, respect, courage, commitment. Those six characteristics are the foundation of the Warriors Collection. Again, I ask, do you have the Warriors Collection? Do you? This moment is brought to you by Warriors Collection. Real life defining moments, folks. We have a nice story here. I'm gonna read the story from the paper. So I want to make sure I'm, reciting this right. And if the person wants you to know who they are, they can put it in the comments. If they're still here, I don't know if they're still here, but we'll see. So here's a real life defining moment from a viewer. Let's see where we're gonna start. Let's see. I should have highlighted where I wanted to start it at. Okay, so she writes in, I had a lot of anger. It was my go-to emotion, and it guided me through my teen years. On one occasion, I was embarrassed by some elders who were trying to teach me a lesson in humility. The way my faith was set up at the time, I depended heavily on my third degree black belt in American freestyle karate to help me overcome any physical threats. An older woman who had to be in her late 70s wanted to spar with me. Stepping on the mat, I had no idea what was about to happen. I was literally playing DMX and was ready to show geriatric jello eating great grandma that I knew what I was doing. While bobbing my head to the rhythm and warming up, this little older woman stands perfectly still on her side of the mat. I failed to mention that this was in a gym, and any and everyone walking by could witness the pride get slapped out of me. I walked to the middle of the mat, and that's all I remember. I was on my back, staring at the ceiling, trying to recall what happened. Cell phones weren't a big thing in the early 90s, so there isn't any footage. Praise God. I recall her helping me to my feet, and she whispered to me, don't let that spirit back in. It will always leave you lying on the floor with no understanding. Mm. It took me some time to fully comprehend what she meant. But I can look back on it and know that that was the moment that pride became the snot that got kicked out of me. If that Were a gentle correction, I would be wise not to wait for a heavier hand. Wow, that's a moment that changed everything. I don't know. She's. I don't think she's in the chat room anymore. Oh, there she is. Oh man, Miss Tori Slaughter. That's a real life defining moment. She could have kept if the older lady didn't slap her, knock on her butt. She probably would have been continued down that evil dark path, and she probably would have got in more fights. Real life defining moments, folks. Real life defining moments. We all have them. We all have them. So share them. Thank you again, Tori, for sharing that. I greatly appreciate it. That's a perfect example of a real life defining moment. I hope you know, I hit everything pretty clear on it. Hope you guys enjoyed that moment. But that was sponsored by the Warriors Collection. Do you have a Warriors Collection? Do you? Tori's in the chat room. I think she's on Facebook, so I don't know if you guys can see her chats, but let me see if I can put one up. Let's go ahead and jump into the contact. People, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. If you hit the thumbs down, tell me why. See through it one. Follow me on Twitter. See through it one. Facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Follow the page, like it, join the conversation there. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Brian Sales. Also, follow my Warriors Collection at Warriors underscore collection underscore. And again, email me your real life defining moments at SeeThroughItPodcast at gmail.com. SeeThroughItPodcast at gmail.com. If you like to not PayPal. If you like to donate to the show, paypal.me/SeeThroughIt. We on the audio, anchor.fm. Check out Spotify, Radio Public, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, and Breaker. So check out those audio. Again, thank you to Mr. White. Thank you to Miss Kasi. Thank you, thank you. And thank you to all you guys for watching, coming here, watching me, ramble about certain things about my life, me growing up, me becoming the person who I am, trying to become. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, thank you to everyone that has purchased things from me, that is supporting the podcast and supporting the newly Warriors Collection brand. Greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. On that topic, we will be launching that website within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I just got done doing some mugs today. I got some more mugs to do tomorrow. We'll be doing got 2 shirts that's going to be releasing. A hooded shirt like this. We're going to release a long sleeve shirt, and I believe we're going to do a hoodie. So I'm not going to say for certain the hoodie's locked in, but I know the hooded shirt and a long sleeve t-shirt will be also released. That's not going to be a pre-order thing. That's just going to be up on a website. You just go there, you order. But as soon as I get that website up and running, we will be having a conversation about it here. Probably do a screen share so you guys can see what it looks like, and you can go there and order, and get your Warriors Collection, and represent I hope the brand is something that you can get behind. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, but anyway, folks, let's see what's going on in the chats. Um, let's see. Thank you, Tori. You guys, there's a before you get up out of here. Hey, Papa. Um, thank you, Sally West. She said we love you, boy. um, before we get up out of here, you guys, I don't know if you're still watching TV or you're still paying attention to the news. But there's tons of podcasts out there that, if you need uplifting, you need to hear something spiritual, or you need to hear some sports or some car talk or um, something about being successful or just whatever it may be. There's tons of podcasts out there, and I implore you, I demand, I, re- I request that you go and check out these podcasts. Our Giving Purpose by Tori. It's an amazing podcast. She's also on YouTube. Our Giving Purpose. Um, she does all the production. She's so talented in everything she does. It's amazing. Check out her show. Check out the Hard Parking Podcast. If you're in the automotive, and it's not just all automotive, but it's different topics every other week. It's a good show. I've been on there twice. Check that show out. Shaping Success with Wes Tankersley. Check that show out. I've been on there, just talking about how people find their shape of success. Just because everyone's success is different. Some people say it's money or having a big house or whatever it is. Everyone has an idea of what success is. So check that show out. Um, Zach, Zach Johnson out in Germany, the Limitless Production or Limitless Possibilities podcast. Another a great show. He's from Canada, but he's in Germany now as a professional baseball player. Check his show out. Um, Jason Godoy, Waking Up with Wonder. It's a good show. Check that show. There's so many podcasts out there. That's what I do in my when I'm working, when I'm doing my thing, when I'm trying to design up shirts or be creative in whatever I'm doing. I'm listening to so many podcasts. If you like conspiracies, Dangerous World podcasts. There's so many. There's so much out there. You don't have to sit in front of that TV and be pulled apart by all kinds of nonsense. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. So do that. Do that for me, please. And just open your mind. There's a lot of talented people out in this world. You know, there's a lot of honest, talented people in this world. People that sit inside that box. We know. We know. We know. So that is the show, folks. Thank you for thank you for coming and watching. Guys, it's almost November. The website is about to launch. We have so many things coming up. This year is not over. So yeah, I'm excited. Oh yeah. Oh, just a quick update. Shirts went out. Shirts went out. So your shirt should be there. They should be there by Saturday or Monday. They should be there. So if you have gotten a shirt from me, please take a picture. You can email it to me. Warriors.collectionbrand@gmail.com. Warriors.collectionbrand. I should have put that in the contact. I don't know what I'm doing. Warriors.collectionbrand@gmail.com. Email it to me. Some of you guys have my phone number. Text it to me. I would love to use it on my website or on my Instagram. to show that, there's people out there that recognize the warrior within. You know what I'm saying? So do that for me, and I greatly appreciate that. So I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I'm rambling. Let's get up out of here. Don't be blinded by the media. Hashtag see through it. This is the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.